It's about to be a movie this weekend in the Premier League. Match day 23 preview. Hey, Arsenal against Manchester United. Manchester United, I think they are hot right now, Abby. Should we say they are hot? Well, if they're able to beat Arsenal, then we can say that. But you know what? Before we even start with Arsenal and Manchester United, let's just start off with the games happening on Saturday. Welcome back, guys, to my channel. And as I said, it's match day 3 Premier League preview right here on the channel. And before I even do that, 100 subscribers. Oh my God. Hey, is this how it is? God, it's amazing that the channel has grown to 100 subscribers, and I would definitely say that it's a blessing to have you guys stick with me practically. Like I find it amazing that I can have 100 subscribers. Now the goal was probably before the end of January. Yes, we get to 100, and then that has happened before the end of January, and you guys did it. Thank you guys for sticking with me. And yeah, it's an amazing time. Well, still stick to the channel because a lot of amazing things is still going to be happening, so don't go anywhere. Yeah, let's just keep growing. Okay, let's keep going, guys. Okay, now to the main video itself. Match day 23 will see of Manchester City take on Wolves. Now, Manchester City have been on a very, very disappointing form, I must say, in the last two games. The games at the weekend and obviously against Manchester United, and midweek in the Champions League against Bodo Glimt. Now, if someone had told me that they were going to lose that game, I would say it's a lie. It's Bodo Glimt, but I've also come to understand that the Champions League is a different league of its own, and if you think you can just beat any team out the park, you're playing with yourself. You're practically playing with yourself. So the fact that they lost that game in that manner was quite disappointing. Now they're going to be playing a Wolves side who I think are picking up form gradually. They are doing it steadily, and you can see in their results that they are playing not exceptionally well, but they just know that at this point they need results, right? They know that. And facing a Man City team that is struggling defensively right now, it cannot get any better for Wolves. It cannot get any better for them. However, Wolves have to be careful because Man City will want to get over that back-to-back loss almost immediately, because they can't even afford to lose the third game. They cannot. So this will definitely make for a very, very interesting game. Now, away from Manchester City's game is Tottenham, who, as I said, they are really inconsistent. Is it the fact that they win one game, they lose, they win one game, they lose? I'm not surprised. And the fact that they even won that game against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, as I said, they've done well. When it comes to Champions League game, Tottenham somehow play better. But you see, when it comes to the Premier League, and that's always be the difference between Premier League teams and other teams in the other leagues. There will always be a difference, because when you look at even the top 8 of the Champions League, we have about 4 or 5 teams in the Premier League there. Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, that is number 8. We have Tottenham, that is I think number 5. So definitely you can always tell that Premier League teams will always be better than the other league. So them beating Borussia Dortmund is not a huge surprise, as I said. But this time around, they would be playing who? Burnley. And don't forget that Burnley playing at home, they can be really, really tricky. And Tottenham right now, as I said, in the Premier League, they're not playing very well. So it's going to be really quite interesting to see how that game turns out. But I want to just somehow give it to Tottenham, because they probably want to build on the momentum of the game that they won midweek and win that game. And as I said, Burnley is not, they are not a side you can push aside though, honestly. They know how to play this low block style of game, which is really, really annoying against these big teams that want, more possession, attacking minded. It will be really interesting to see what happens. So Tottenham, I want to believe, will be able to get over the line. And if not, maybe it ends in a 2-2 draw. Honestly, because I do see goals in this game. Yeah, I think that's what is going to happen. And then on Saturday also, Bournemouth will be playing Liverpool. Now, should I say that Bournemouth are a very annoying team? Like, just don't pray to play them in their house. Whether you're a big team or a small team, just don't play them in their house. They will frustrate you. Frustrate, as in, for them, they will not want to lose the game, but they also don't want you to win the game. So it's either you are okay with taking a point, or you just lose the game. Just choose one. Liverpool, on the other hand, would want to get over the fact that they've not really gotten... They've not won in their last, 3 games. Yes, they've not won in their last 3 games. So definitely they want to pick up a win in this game. But facing a Bournemouth side is the wrong time. It's the wrong time. Absolutely the wrong time to face Bournemouth. They drew against Arsenal, drew against Burnley, who I expected them to have beaten. They drew against, I'm trying to remember the last time they drew against Fulham. So you cannot afford to draw again, because the moment you draw this one, the teams around you, the Manchester United, the Chelseas, they will literally climb above you on the table, because right now Liverpool is number 4. So they cannot afford to draw the game. But trust me, Bournemouth that are number 15 on the table, you cannot win the game. You cannot. So Liverpool has to be ready to win that game. And maybe just the fact that they won their game midweek in the Champions League, maybe that will, serve as an encouragement for them to pick up all 3 points in the game against Bournemouth. But it won't be that easy. Honestly, it will not be that easy. Anyways, then we move over to Sunday, where Crystal Palace will be hosting Chelsea. Now, I think Chelsea is lucky to be facing Crystal Palace at the moment. Crystal Palace is going through their own problems right now. They've sold one of their best players, Matt Gay, who I think has been really, really good. Even though I feel like in their last two games, he hasn't been really good. I think even in the fact that maybe because of him, they've conceded, 1 or 2 goals. But regardless, I still think he's a very good defender, right? And probably that's the reason why Man City has bought him. And maybe that will serve as an advantage for Man City anyways. But Crystal Palace are, they are one team any other team will look to play right now. Because aside from the fact that they've sold Gay, who I think has been one of their standout players probably in the last 2-3 years, they are also having this whole problem with the coach. Oliver Glasner is saying that he wants to leave at the end of the season, because a lot of their players that they are selling are players that that have done well for the team, and the fact that they are also not buying players is not helping them. Although I feel like Crystal Palace right now, they are not particularly playing very well either. So Chelsea facing them would be a very good one for them. Now, don't forget that Chelsea, on the other hand, they did win their game, hard-fought 1-0 win over Parfors, and then 2-0 win against Brentford. I think Liam Rossinia's term is looking, I won't say exceptionally good, but they're picking up results. In the last 3 games, or should I say, is it 3 games? 4 games. In the last 4 games, they've won 3 and they've lost 1. And the one they lost was against an Arsenal side that is very, very good. And to be honest, I felt that Chelsea were close to drawing that game. I thought so, but regardless, they lost, and it was the EFL semi-final. So there's still, anything can still happen in the second leg of the EFL Cup against Arsenal. But the fact that they've won against Parfors, won against Brentford, and also won in the FA Cup, Charlton Athletic, and to be honest, I think it's even all 4 different teams, all 4 different tournaments, right? Rossinia has won in the Premier League, he has won in the Champions League, he has won in the FA Cup. The only one that he obviously lost is the EFL semi-final against Arsenal. So I think he has started very well, and I think he understands that right now what they need is points. What they need is winning games. And we've seen 3 wins out of 4, which is not bad. A possible 12, you have 9 points. It's not a bad result. Even though the game against Paphos, they really struggled. And I must say that Paphos did play this low block style of... And I feel like a lot of the big teams find it difficult to break against low block teams. And I don't know why. Liverpool struggled a little bit against low block teams, which happened against Burnley. Manchester United obviously played a Man City team that I think it will be an end-to-end game, so definitely it was in favor of Manchester United. Arsenal, on the other hand, also played a draw against Nottingham Forest, who I also think played a low block game. So definitely the match that Arsenal won against Inter Milan, obviously it was end-to-end. So I think a lot of those big teams, they struggle against low block teams. But Chelsea, as I said, they should have a chance against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is going through it right now, so they should have another 3 points in the bag. They have to get the job done. As I said, Chelsea has an opportunity to move back into the top 4 if they win that game. And irrespective of whatever it is that happens in Liverpool and Bournemouth game, they have to win. Chelsea has to win that game. So, yeah, I feel like it's probably going to be maybe another 2-0 win for Chelsea against Crystal Palace. And then Newcastle will be hosting Aston Villa. Now, this game, I see a draw all over it. Newcastle drew their last game. Aston Villa lost there. So, this time around, Aston Villa will not want it to be back-to-back defeat. And they're playing away from home at St. James's Park. So, it's going to be really, really tricky. But I expect a draw for, both sides to share the points. And Aston Villa is going to be disappointed. They are going to be disappointed. Really, really disappointed if the game ends in a draw, because they don't know what is going to happen in Arsenal's Man U game. So definitely, and they might also be feeling that Manchester City would win their game against Wolves. So it's going to be a huge disappointment for Aston Villa if they draw that game. But I see a draw in that game, and I think it favors also other teams that are around them. So regardless, yes, I expect a draw in that game. And I think the transfer market is still open. There's still stories of them. There's a chance that they might the fact that Douglas Luiz might go on loan to Chelsea, and that they might also sign Tammy Abraham from Roma, on a proper full-term permanent basis. Yeah, it's still transfer market. It's still open. Anything can still happen. So definitely let's look out for that. But that game, I see a draw in that. And then to the main game of the weekend, Arsenal against Manchester United. Now, I know a lot of teams that, maybe particularly London teams, that are seeing how Arsenal is flying right now at the top of the table. They're 7 points. They would probably be supporting, what's their name now? Manchester United to win. And as I've said, Manchester United has to win, because you don't have Champions League game to play. You don't have the EFL. You don't have the FA Cup. The only game you have to prepare against is Arsenal, the Premier League match. So why should you not win? And the fact that Arsenal has also played on Tuesday, so they have practically just a few days to recover and prepare for the game against Manchester United, is an advantage for Manchester United in itself. So they have to win the game. They have to. And I actually feel like Man U will win that game, to be honest. For some weird reason, I actually think they win. Even though they are going all the way to Emirates to play, I expect Manchester United to win. You should be fighting for the top 4, because why? You're only playing one game a week. Just one game. Look at Arsenal. Arsenal are playing in 4 different competitions, and they are playing very well. So why should you not be beating Arsenal in this game? You should be winning. So definitely, I expect Manchester United to win. Well, that's my thought. But don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section. I would definitely be reading. And please, just because we've reached 100 subscribers, we have not reached it. In fact, we have just started. Please subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please share it with your loved ones. Tell them to subscribe to the channel. Your colleagues, your family members. Tell them to subscribe to the channel. We are still looking to grow, and when you subscribe, it helps the channel to grow. So please subscribe to the channel. Also put on your post notification button to get our latest video as they drop. Also, ensure to follow us on all our social media platforms at _official FSH. Once again, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, I'm looking for us to keep growing, keep expanding, and yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Anyways, those are my thoughts, as I said, on the on match day 23 of the Premier League. Share your thoughts in the comment section. I would definitely be reading. Until the games are played and the results are in, enjoy your weekend. Bye bye, guys.